We're at Texas State in San Marcos on the top floor of the All-Keck Library. It's a Sun Radio session. I'm Kevin Connor. And now we get into our music performance part of our day today. Kimmie Rhodes is here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
And Bruce Robinson is standing by. He's going to play some songs for us, too. And then the aforementioned Gary P. Nunn and Bob Livingston, Jamie Lynn Wilson, Courtney Patton, and Robert Earl Keen with Bill Whitbeck and Kim Warner. So we've got a full afternoon of music and stories. Kimmie, as a young girl in Lubbock,
Yes.
do you remember hearing this record and going, wait, what's going on there?
You know, when I would have heard this record, I wasn't still in Lubbock anymore.
Oh,
I would
really?
have been, I would have been up. I heard a lot of this music and, you know, a lot of Willie's early stuff and everything. I was living on a farm up in North Texas. I had escaped Lubbock
Oh,
by then, but they had that saying, happiness is, what was it, Lubbock?
and your
You
rear
remember?
view.
Yeah, and before that, I think that must have come from
The
a...
Mac Davis Society is
That's
here.
right.
actually.
Are you guys the MacDowell? Okay, no wonder I got a collective answer on that.
Yeah.
But there was always a thing that they had bumper stickers. Of course, I was a teenager, you know, restless soul
Yeah.
that I was, and they had a bumper sticker that said, "Happy Me, I live in Lubbock," and everybody had those. And then pretty soon somebody came out with a "Happy Me, I'm leaving Lubbock."
Well, a lot of the talent from Lubbock found its way down here to Austin.
I did, via North Texas. I
Yeah.
did find I came here in '79, actually, but
Right.
I had been listening.
You had been listening.
I had been
paying
listening.
attention. So, Kimmie has recorded over the years with Townes Van Zandt, whose birthday was yesterday. 80.
Mine was the day before yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, so it's my thank you. I always do the Townes Van Zandt birthday with Butch Hancock on my birthday. So everybody always says, "What are you doing for your birthday?" And I go, "Townes Van Zandt's birthday."
Yeah, there's a lot of Pisces in the Texas music world.
Yeah.
A lot of birthdays coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. So I guess at midnight when my birthday ended, if I had been with Townes, his would have started 1 second after mine ended. My mind just works that way.
So, as far as we were talking about the idea of having Kimmie do a song off of Viva Terlingua, but it's a very bro-heavy record.
You know, I was listening, and I'm a huge fan of the record and of Jerry Jeff, but I kept listening. Every time I'd hear a song I thought I could do, I'd find out it was a song that someone else wrote, and it made me remember another thing about Jerry Jeff that I think will be useful in this exploration on Jerry Jeff Day, because he was like, there are a handful of people who were great singers and songwriters and made great records who also are really valued by the songwriting community as people who, Jerry Jeff was like Emmylou and Bobby Bear. If there's a song out there, they've got the radar and they're going to find it and make it their own. So much those songs were his own that I had to look and see who wrote them unless I knew the song.
Yeah.
And I powwowed with Marcia Ball over the problem, you know, because I was like, I was playing dominoes with Marcia, and I grabbed her in the kitchen. And I said, I got this Jerry Jeff thing, and I just there's so many songs, and so she got her phone out, and we started going through all these songs, and we landed on this Rodney Crowell song that I love.
Oh, cool.
That he had covered that I guess I missed it. I hadn't heard it
Okay.
before, so.
What song is it?
Am I doing all your talking for you?
Yeah.
I'll be interviewing you before you know it.
I'm just kicking back today. That's fine. What song is it that you're going to play?
It's called A Song for the Life. You folks know Rodney's song, A Song for the Life, and it's just the Jerry Jeff version is just so beautiful that I learned it just for the occasion, and in fact, I just learned it back there. Joe Nick said, "You're on," and I said, "Oh, I'm learning the song," and he said, "Well, just do a really good job on it then." So I said, "I'll just sing it with a lot of conviction." So everyone here in the room and Kevin and everyone out there in Radio Land, forgive me if I make a mistake. And Rodney, if you're listening, forgive me too, but it's a beautiful song. You want me to do it?
Please. Kimmie Rhodes, Sun Radio.
I don't drink as much as I ought to. Lately, it just ain't my style. The hard times don't hurt like they used to. They pass quicker, like when I was a child. My feet on the ground. The midsummer days ain't so heavy. They just flow like a breeze through your mind, and nothing appears in a hurry. Make up for some old lost time. Somehow I've learned how to listen. Sound like the sun goes down. In the magic that morning is spring. There's a song for the life I have found. Keeps my feet on the ground. Thank you.
Kimmie Rhodes, live here on Sun Radio. And I believe, Bruce, didn't Jerry Jeff cut that at your place too? Made a video? Yeah, we'll talk to Bruce Robinson about that. Just a few, not too many years ago, Jerry Jeff recorded that.
I tried to rope him into coming in here and singing it with me, but he was too chicken. No, he was sweet. He just said, "Oh, you got that all going on. You just do it."
So Kimmie Rhodes has a new band.
I do have a new band, as a matter of fact. Yeah, it's not my band. It's a band that I'm in.
Right.
And it's called Happy Land. I wrote this song. I can't do it right now. You need a whole band to do it, you know.
Right.
But I wrote this song with Gabriel Rhodes called Happy Land. And at the minute we finished it, I went, that would be a good name for a band. And then I've been working with housing opportunities for musicians and entertainers. And I do a thing, and thank you. Big applause for home. And I guess the people out there know what we do is it's just all us crazy women, and we raise money for musicians that need help with their bills and their housing. So I do a thing at the Saxon Pub every fall, and I was doing one last fall. I'm doing another one. And so Gabe Rhodes, my son, curated the night, one of the nights. And it's Kimmie and Friends. It's something different every night. So he curated this night that had Johnny Gowdy and Sean Pander and Harmony Kelly and my grandson, Louis Rhodes, who's become a very good piano player. See, Louis got fans now, and myself. And the minute we all sang that song, it was just all these harmonies. And I went, wow, this needs to be a band. And everybody went, I'm in. So the band formed on the spot, and Nancy Copeland was standing there and said, I'll manage you. And I went, sure. It was the easiest thing I've ever done. But so then we did a 5-show startup at the Saxon, because that was easy, you know. And so we booked that and we did it, and we've got a lot of fans. Anybody out there seen Happy Land? We got a few. I call it Haplandia, and they're Haplanders. so we do that on the Mondays, and
So it doesn't have necessarily any connection that Happy Land comes on stage right before Lonely Land.
that was a complete. If you know me well enough, you would know I'm completely oblivious about things like that. No, it just happened, and then everybody pointed out. But it's kind of a happy accident, really. You get all happy, and then you can get all lonely after that.
There you go.
Yeah, we're going to do, I might as well plug them while we're on the radio. We're going to do, back by popular demand, because I'm leaving for Europe. And so I said, we'll do these 5 shows. It'll cause us to have to learn songs, and we'll come back in the fall and play
There you go.
some gigs. But we're going to do 2 shows in April, on the 8th and the 15th. The early shows on Monday, right before Lonely Land. So we do have 2 more shows of Happy Land. If you hadn't caught us, you have a chance.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's a happy thing. We're not allowed to do politics or bummers or any of that stuff. It's you're supposed to get to be happy for an hour and a half. Is that too much to ask?
No, certainly not. And then it's off to France.
And then it's off to, well, I have a new album out. Well, I'm just really getting to pitch all kinds
Tell
of
you what,
things.
I'm here for it.
I like the radio. I hope there are millions of people listening out there. So I have a new album. It's called Hypnotized, and you can go to all your favorite ways to listen to music right now. It's streaming, and my 3rd single just came out today. It's a song called Invisible Mary, and the first 2 singles are out. There's a slammer called No Tom Petty that somebody already asked me if I was going to do today, which I'm not. But anyway, the whole album's out on March the 29th. So I am going to do the brave. I'm a very brave and stupid person. So I'm going to go solo and go do a show in London, and then I've got 4 shows in Ireland, 3 in the north and 1 in Ireland proper in the south down by Dublin. I'm going to go do that. Then I'm going to take all the money and go to France for about 2 months. And then when the money runs out, I guess I'll come home and see how the record did.
Yeah.
While I, play Happy Land.
You want to play a song from the new record?
Yes, I do. Okay, so this is a song that I actually am so happy that I was able to just kind of last minute record this with Alejandro Escovedo. And I wish he was here to do it with me. It's a very cool and fun thing to do. We just did it at a show he did not long ago at the Austin City Limits or something. But anyway, so I was with some people. I'm an ambassador for the Buddy Holly Educational Foundation, and we do these songwriting retreats and things. And so I was at one of the retreats in Lubbock, and I wrote. No, this one was not in Lubbock. No, Tom Petty was in Lubbock. I was in Glastonbury, England at a retreat. And I was with Gary Burr, who's you may not know him, but you'd know his songs. And then Darren Hodgson, who's an up-and-comer in England. And so we were together to write. And I had to be down the road in a cottage and walk for a mile to get down to where we were going to write through this beautiful pastoral cows and everything. And so, oddly, a thing that popped into my mind was that Townes Van Zandt story where he'd always close his eyes when he sang, and they said, "Why do you always close your eyes?" And the reply was, "If they closed their eyes, we wouldn't have to." And so I got there, and they said, "So what are you thinking this morning?" Thinking I'd come up with a song title or something, and I said, "I just had this funny thought about Townes. I don't know why." And they said, "Well, let's just make that a song." And I was, "Really?" But we did, and it's called "If You Closed Your Eyes." And it goes like this.
Kimmie Rhodes on Sun Radio.
If you closed your eyes, I wouldn't have to. And I could just pretend that you're not there. mind, I could be anywhere. If I close my eyes and count to 10, is there a chance that you might disappear? If you didn't, and I don't know why you wouldn't, 'cause you've got everywhere to be but here. It's hard to do the show with someone watching while you try to tell them how you feel inside. Towns, Van Zandt sang Poncho and lifted. He just opened up his heart and closed his eyes. If you closed your eyes, you'd hear me better. And maybe everything but us would fade away. Oh, I could stay here in the dark with you forever. And sing the words that I could never say. Oh, it's hard to do the show with someone watching while you try to tell them how you feel inside. When Towns, Van Zandt sang Poncho and lifted, just opened up his heart, closed his eyes.
Kimmie Rhodes, and it's the new album. It comes out on the 29th. did you
It's
say?
out on the 29th, but you can go you can go to Kimmie Rhodes Music on Facebook, and there's a link, or there's a link at KimmieRhodes.com, or you can go to anywhere you listen to music and
There you
listen
go.
to it all you want to.
Isn't it amazing
It's on me.
where songs come from? It was just something that Towns had said, and it just stuck with you.
It kind of visited me as I was walking down the road, because I tell you, it was the furthest thing from my mind.
Right.
And I got there, and I wasn't planning on writing a song about that, but they said, "What are you thinking?" And so I told them exactly what I had just been thinking.
Yeah.
And it just came out like that, and I just really loved the song, and I had a track of it. And then Alejandro came along, and I just thought, wow, what a great song that would be to do with him. And it's a cool duet. I'm really proud of it. We both are.
You've duetted with a few people over the
I
years.
have, and I'm one of those people who likes to sing with people. I grew up singing in choir, singing when I was 6 years old. I was in a trio with my dad and my brother, and I just love to sing with people. You know, it's something I have in common with Willie Nelson, you know, except that I haven't probably duetted with about 1/1,000,000th of the number of people he has.
Well, you have a whole album together.
Well, we do.
Yeah.
We do. We have a couple of whole albums together. Really,
Yeah.
he did one that he made my song the title track. How much time you got? He made my song the title track, and it was called Just One Love, and that came out on Justice Records. And I sang on all those songs. One of my favorite things that's on that record is a track that you can go home and look up. It's called Four Walls. That Jim Reeves had done a cover of it. And, you know, I've got my dad to thank for that because my dad used to make me listen to country music.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but he wouldn't buy beer for my friends if I didn't. We had to go outside of Lubbock to the Strip, and then he'd go, I'm going to check my crops, baby, and he'd meander through the cotton fields. What would I give now for that? But he would make me, I'd be looking at my watch, and my friends would be going, when she's going to get here with the beer. But he would go, listen to this, baby, listen to this. And so I had heard Four Walls because my dad loved the song and sang it all the time. So I was prepared when I met Willie Nelson because I knew all those old songs and how to sing them because of singing with him in the cotton fields.
Yeah.
So we cut Four Walls, and I really love that track. I was listening to that with Gary Nicholson the other night, and we sang it on the same mic and everything. It was really cool.
Yeah. We have time for one more. What do you want to play?
Well, I'm going to play, because I'm in this tuning, I'm going to go ahead and do this song that I really wish, back to Jerry Jeff really finding songs and covering songs and making them his own. I thought, well, what do I have that I would pitch to Jerry Jeff if he was here? And it actually segues pretty good, too, because this is a song I wrote for my dad, who made me be a singer.
Kimmie Rhodes.
It's called Windblown. This turned into a whole play that I did with Joe Sears. And this was the title track of an album that we did. But it's a song I wrote for my dad. It's about, very quickly I want to say, I was born in Wichita Falls, but a tornado blew my dad's car lot away. So what did he do? He moved us to Lubbock. And so this song's called Windblown. It's too hot for the corn and the grain. Cotton's not getting much rain. And why anyone lives on the plains, there ain't nobody knows. 'Cause winters seem not to end, go out like a line, and then springtime comes straggling in, all wind blown. And it's a welcome sight for sore eyes, but it's all wind blown. Do you think it's unkind to suppose that a desert's no home for a rose? I guess I'll always wish I could know things that you never told me. Sometimes it's so real I could swear. Oh, I can see you standing right there with the sand in your eyes and your hair all wind blown. What a welcome sight you would be tonight, all wind blown. There's a whisper I hear on the breeze. It's like a ghost and it drifts through the trees. No, It's like a song that somebody sings, but nobody knows it. A dust devil danced down the street. It gathered the trash and the leaves, and all just like a gift, it fell at my feet, all wind blown. What a treasure your memory is, even if it's all wind.